Hey guys, I want to make a quick video about this solo trade that I had. I'm going to fly to Dallas in a little bit, but I want to kind of just do this video really quickly. So my game plan on this solo this morning was to kind of attack a push towards $5 in the morning, basically this line. And essentially the first level that I was watching based on my watch list was the 470 level, which was right here. Let me draw a line. And the 480s level, which was red to green, which you could essentially see is has a line already drawn over here, right? So fast forward to the morning, I basically shorted my lines. I shorted the 470 line and I covered on the dip here with the plan to really scale in if red to green failed. And something that I noticed on this stock was SSR was at 432. So the low of the day was 435. They reclaimed it. They held it and then they pushed it. So basically what I did on this trade was if I want to use, let's say 20,000 shares max size on this, I used like a tenth of my size. Oh shit, squeezing out. I used a tenth of my size as it was kind of pushing red to green. And then when I saw the fail candle right over here, when I saw this big red fail candle right over here, I knew that I wanted to be shorting the next pop, risking the high of this kind of candle. So what ended up happening is I shorted, and my line that I was watching was, okay, if this 435 level breaks down, we're probably gonna have a clean shot to go down to 4. And the moment that it kind of wicked up like this and held, I was like, dude, this is a problem. I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I started covering. And although I had an unrealized profit of like $4,000, and that literally disappeared in 1 minute, I didn't let that get to me because this is the wrong trade. When this kind of reclaims instantly after breaking low of the day and SSR turns on, big problem. So what did I do? I covered out for a loss, and my game plan was, okay, if it fails green again, if it fails this 470 line again, I want to get back in, right? So if you see very clearly, look at this level here. So it kind of pushed, it failed red to green, and it had this big red candle. When it had this big red candle, I mentioned to the room that I saw some unlimited selling at 468. And essentially what that means is that there was some guy showing 100 shares, but he was essentially filling 10 times out or 20 times out. So I took a short again based on this fucking 470 line that you can see is very clear here. And what ended up happening is I shorted and I covered on this dip as the 440 support held. And the $4,000 that kind of disappeared here, I made it back on this kind of unwind here. So now it's 10:30 and the stock is holding above VWAP. So I have absolutely no reason to be shorting this unless it goes to the next extreme line, which is this 485 level. And if it breaks that level, 5 is next. So I took the easiest trade. I took the meat of the move. And when this level failed and reclaimed, I knew that it was a problem. And I had to swallow my pride. I had to look away from the P&L, cover, and reassess. And by reassessing it, I made back that loss plus more. So that's just a quick review.